Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are doing well. This is mathematics, and it is time for revision. What are we going to talk about in this video? Let's revise this important question in paper 2, quadratic equation. There will always be this question. Section A, 5 marks. It's a lot of marks. In paper 2, you'll be allowed to use a calculator. Silent non-programmable calculator is what the ECZ would want you to use. I can recommend this one. Of course, you've got different types of calculators, but I like Casio myself. And you have to check the calculator that you have, the trusted one, the one that you're going to use in your final exam. At least it should have function 82. You check there if it has got fx 82. Then that is fine. You can have any name, Kenko, but that is okay. But as you are buying these calculators, also you can test if at all it will not be able to disappoint you in the exam, if it is original or not. One thing that you should do is to shake this calculator. You try to shake it. When I shake mine, you can't hear any sound concerning the buttons here. But some of you, your calculators, when you do this, the buttons will be like then you've got doubts on that. The other one is at the back, it should have a reset button. Okay, it should have a reset button there. Then that is okay. It's fine. Even if it is shaking or what is important is for you to train your calculator. Okay? When you turn your calculator on the screen here, there should only be D for degree. Okay? If it doesn't have that, make sure you change. If on the display here there is R or there is G for gradient, then you have to change because you might be having wrong answers. So make sure you check your calculator before you commence your paper 2 work. Getting back to business. So the equation 13 minus 9x minus 5x squared is equal to 0, giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places, 5 marks. Quadratic equation will always be there. Now, when you are given a quadratic equation, it can be in any form and any variable can be used. So let's say we have 13 minus 9x minus 5x squared is equal to 0. We are told to solve. In this quadratic, I'm expecting 2 answers raised to the power 2. Therefore, you should have 2 answers. The other thing that you need to know is the standard. Every quadratic must be checked if at all it is written in its standard form. The standard form that I'm talking about is this. ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Check first if the equation that you've been provided with is in this format. If it is in this format, you will proceed to answer. But if it is not, then they are saying you have to do some calculations first, put it in this format, then start solving. Quadratic equations can be in decimals, can be in fractions, like the 2021, it was in fraction, therefore you have to do some calculations there, then it turns into this. You start solving. Let's check. What we have here, is it in standard What I mean by standard is it should start with x squared, then x, constant equated to 0. Is it what we have here? No. So we have to do some work first. I have to start with the one that has got x squared. So since they are on the same side here, there will be no change of signs here. It is not crossing the equal sign, no. So I have to start with the negative 5x squared. So negative 5x squared, followed by the one with x. Where is it? It's here, which is negative 9x, followed by what? Constant, which is this one here. So plus 13 is equal to 0. It is now in standard. Then I'm going to start solving. In this format, and compared to the standard format, the coefficient of x squared is your a. Coefficient of x is your b. Then the constant is your c. Paper 2, you will be provided with quadratic formula. That formula is the one that they're asking you to use for you to get the correct answer. This is the formula. X is equal to negative b, positive negative, square root, b squared minus 4ac, everything over 2a. That is what we call the quadratic formula. It has got a, b, c coming from this explanation here. You do your substitution, use your calculator, and find the answer. As simple as that. As simple as that. There are also quadratic equations in paper 1. In paper 1, it means the formula will not be provided to you. Therefore, they are saying you can either use the formula, if you can remember, use the formula. But if you can't remember, those in paper 1 can be factorized. So you use the factorization method. This one here now, let's substitute. Where there is A, we are going to put the correct number. B, correct number. C, correct number. Identification. I said x squared. The coefficient, the number that is on x squared is your A. So in this case, we are saying A, let me write it here. My A will be negative 5. Negative 5. Please take note. Negative should also be there. Then my b will be what? The coefficient of x, negative 9. Negative 9. Then I've got my c constant here. C is equal to 13. The moment you have wrong numbers here, then everything will be wrong. So you need to make sure that you have got correct values here. When you have them, substitute in your equation. When we substitute here, we are going to say x is equal to negative here. You see that? The negative is on the formula there. Then what is my b? B is negative 9. So when substituting, put in brackets like this. Positive, negative. Positive, negative. Square root. B, negative 9. So negative 9 here, put in brackets, is a square, minus 4. What is my A? Negative 5. Negative 5, put in brackets. What is my C? 13. 13. Like this. Then everything here over what? 2. What is my A? Negative 5. That is the proper substitution. Make sure you are putting whatever you are substituting in brackets. Please don't go and fail this question. Now, next will be we simplify at this point. So we are going to say x is equal to, what is negative times negative? Positive. So here I'm going to have 9. So 9, then positive, negative, then I've got this negative 9 squared. That is negative 9 times negative 9. So you can be using the calculator here. There's no problem. So negative 9 times negative 9 will give us 81. So I've got 81 here. 81 here. Then, this negative here times this negative, what am I going to get? A plus or positive, right? So negative times negative gives me positive. So plus. Then you can multiply numbers. So in short, what I'm saying is multiply signs on their own, then numbers. Once you multiply this one here, you're not going to use it again. So now numbers will be 4 times 5 times 13. Times 13. So now I can use the calculator. 4 times 5 times 13. My answer will be 260. So plus 260. Everything here over what? 2 times negative 5 gives me negative 10. I see. What next? I'm going to add there. So I'll say x is equal to 9 positive negative. Let me add there. 260 plus 81. This will give me 341. 341. Everything negative 10. At that point, you are now going to separate the two. Separating, I mean positive and negative. And that is where the two solutions or answers will be coming from. So I'll be able to say, you use this word, either x is equal to 9, okay, plus, get one sign here, plus square root 341 over negative 10. See that? Or the other one will now be x. Let me use this part. Let me use this part here. So the other one will be here. Say x is equal to 9. This time around you get this minus sign here. Minus root 341 over negative 10. Then you are going to use the calculator to find the correct answers. Now you listen and listen good. On this calculator, what you have here on top is your numerator. So when using the calculator, you are going to say 9 plus root 341 equals. Get me very well. Otherwise, you will find wrong answers. So you're going to say 9 plus square root of 341. So say 9 plus square root 341 equals. Don't say divide by negative 10. No. Say equals. You're going to have the answer. The answer that you're going to have, then you say divided by negative 10. There's a negative there. Negative 10. Now your final answer will be negative 2.7. Remember, instructions there says giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places. So after the point, there should be 2 numbers. which is 7, 5. This is the correct answer for the first value. Then the other value here, we say x is equal to 9. Again, you start the way it is written here. 9 minus square root 341 equals. Then the answer divided by negative 10. Now you are going to have 0.95. 0.95. You're done. The 5 marks, the way these 5 marks here is allocated, the final answers here will only have 2. 1 mark here. But the method will carry 3 marks. I'm sure you will not be able to fail this. Whether it comes in fraction, make sure you change and do the correct thing. If it comes in decimals, do the right thing. Sometimes it's not always that the variable that they'll be giving you is x. Any variable can be used. They can say r, they can say m, they can give you n. That means your answers here will be n is equal to not x. I've been seeing such mistakes. I have been seeing. As you are marking, then you'll be able to see or notice such kind of mistakes. Revision continues. If you are not in the group, do that now. Thank you for watching.